What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Fishing with Nordbye. Today I'm showing you guys a little secret to catch more panfish wintertime, springtime, when the water's cold. The water in this pond is probably between 45 50 degrees. It's a windy day, so I'm gonna show you a little tip to be able to cast out there on the windy days with what we're doing today. So I don't know if a lot of you guys have heard of this technique, but I know you guys have heard of fly fishing, and I know you guys know about spinning rod and reel fishing for panfish, but today we're combining the two. We're doing what's called fly in a bubble. So I don't have any actual bubbles with me, but I have this little fly cork, and because it's so lightweight, I put a little split shot right below it, and I got 2-pound test rigged up. I got about a 2.5 foot leader here. I have 2 tiny little bullet weight split shots on the line, super tiny, about 1 foot up from my little fly. So this is the fly I'm using today, and we're going after these panfish. It's a little chartreuse green flash, and then it's got some mosquito tail on the end that's kind of white and black. It's got a little bead head that'll make it sink a little bit in the water, and then it's got a little red thread on it as well. I like using red, white, and chartreuse going after these panfish. So likely this will catch crappie because they love this little sort of jig, and it's smaller than a jig, so you'll catch more in the wintertime. Fish are looking for a small meal, so we're hoping to catch some on this today. I'm gonna start casting this out, and what I'm doing, I'm casting it out to the edge of this creek channel in the pond. It's probably only 4 or 5 feet deep right in the middle of the creek channel, and then I'm gonna be reeling it back in, coming up that hump, and the fish are normally sitting somewhere right on there. So we're gonna try that. If that doesn't pan out, we're gonna walk around the pond till we find the fish, and hopefully we catch a few good ones. There's some monsters in this pond, guys. I'm excited. Let's get to fishing. So today we got kind of a windy day, which makes it hard to fish with a fly rod, and that is where this little fly in a bubble technique excels. You just cast it out there, let it sink down a little bit, just start reeling it super slow, and then as soon as you see that little bobber or bubble move backwards, twitch any sort of way out of the norm, you know a fish has got it. So right there, I think I just got tapped. Let's get back out there. And that little split shot I added right below the bobber allows that lure to look normal in the water. There's one. Oh my gosh, second cast. That little split shot just allows me to cast out there further without affecting the action of the lure. Oh, we got us a gill. There we go. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, guys. That is what I'm talking about right there. That's a decent sized bluegill too, you know? He ain't too bad. There's definitely bigger ones in here, but that is a great start for the day on the little fly. Let's catch another one. That was awesome. Oh, smoked it. Man, they're loaded out here, guys. They're loving this little fly. It is so hard to beat this in the wintertime. Man, bluegill fights so hard, guys. Get you a little ultralight reel and just cast out there. You're gonna have a blast catching these little bluegill. Just loaded, just loaded. 2 in a row, 2 casts in a row. Let's see how many casts in a row we can catch a fish. Because once you find them, you know, once you fish around the pond and know the hot spot, like I've fished this pond a ton and know the hot spot. Oh, just got another one. Another bite, he got off. You can just come out here and hammer them. There's another one. Man, 2 hits on the same cast. That was in a little deeper water there. Oh, that's a crappie, guys. That is a slab. Oh my gosh. Yes, look at that. That is what it's about. Catching panfish, tiny little jigs in the wintertime. That's crazy. Look at that. That's a nice one right there. That ain't bad at all. There we go, guys. Slab daddy. No, he's not slab daddy. That's about a 10, 11 incher though. That's a decent one. See you, buddy. Man, that's so fun. If I was out here using a regular crappie jig, I promise you guys, I would be having a hard time catching 1 or 2 fish. They just don't hit them like they do these flies. They just love these flies. It's nuts. Let's get another one. That's 3 casts in a row. Let's make it 4 casts in a row. There's one. Hooked up. We got us another fighter. Oh yeah, another gilly. Another gilly. Another tip for you guys. I'm gonna keep giving you tips throughout this video to help you find the fish where they're at in your pond, help locate them. They move on a daily basis. Last time I fished this area in my pond, I did not catch a single bluegill. Now I've caught 3 bluegill already, 1 crappie. But a tip to locate fish, wherever the wind's blowing, that is the side you want to be on. I know it's not the easiest to fish always, but the wind's coming at me right now and it's pushing these little microorganisms, these little plankton in the pond, these little minnows are all getting pushed towards me, and that is what these bait fish and then the bluegill are feeding on. So you want to go to the side where the wind's blowing normally. I know it's kind of irritating sometimes, especially in the cold weather like today. It's probably 50. I'm a little chilly out here, but that's where the fish are gonna be, wherever the wind's blowing normally. So I recommend going to the windy side when you're fishing ponds and lakes, really anywhere. There's one. Oh man, another fighter. Yes. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Crappie. Another slab. That's 2 slabs, 3 gillies. 2 slabs, 3 gillies. Not bad, not bad. We're throwing everything back today. These would be really good fish to eat, especially in the winter time. Seems like their meat's just a little more firm, super white, clean, cold fillets, but we're not keeping them today. We're throwing them back. There we go. Oh my gosh. You can't beat this, guys. You can't. It's crazy. Loading up, loading up. So you guys know I like ice fishing in the wintertime. If you haven't seen any of my ice fishing videos here on my YouTube channel, make sure you go check them out. I got a few linked down below where we catch some giant fish through the ice, but after moving here to Alabama, I don't get to ice fish anymore. Northwest Missouri is where I caught a ton of fish through the ice the last few years. But this is definitely a good technique for open water fishing, cold water. You can catch a ton. We're hooked up again. I'm loving this, guys. Oh, yes. Oh. They're getting a little bigger. Bluegill are getting a little bigger. Look at that one. That's a decent one. There you go. Decent fish right there. That ain't bad at all. Sweet. See ya. Cast after cast after cast. When you're on them in the wintertime, you really catch them. They school up. They're just easy to catch. I love it. So what I got from my little ultralight setup today, I got a little Lew's combo, and that's 5.5 foot ultralight. I'm throwing this tiny little beadhead jig, I told you about that already, on 2-pound test. And then right above the cork, or my little slip bobber, I got 4-pound test, which is what I'm throwing on this whole reel. So I got 4-pound fluorocarbon tied to 2-pound fluorocarbon. And the reason you want to go to smaller line on the end is just because it lets that bait sink down quicker and the fish can't see it as well. I'm fishing a pretty clear little pond here, and you just get more fish when you downsize your line. You really do, whether that's bass fishing, crappie fishing, bluegill fishing, whatever you're fishing for. Typically you get more bites when you downsize your line. So I could even put 1-pound test on here, but I don't really need to. There's one. Oh yeah, guys, we got us a slab. We got us a slab. Look at that. Look at that, guys. That's the biggest crappie of the day so far. My goodness, quit flopping. They're loving this. Absolutely loving it. Look at that, guys. That's a 12-incher. Super long, super long. He's not too fat. Super long though. That's a decent one right there. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get another. Whew. So exciting, so fun. So I'm just gonna keep catching a few here, and I'm gonna put in the biggest ones I catch just so you guys see how big a fish are in here. I'm not gonna put all of these in here. I might do a little time lapse just to show you guys how many I'm catching. But this is nuts. I should probably retie my little fly. Just like when you're bass fishing or fishing tournaments like I do, you want to retie after a decent amount of fish, especially these little flies that get their teeth right there on the end of the fly line. So I'm gonna retie real quick, get back to fishing. Another crappie, guys. Look at that. Another one. Catching just as many crappie as I am bluegill. That one's kind of tiny, but we'll take it. They love the little fly. You want to put a little jig on that's big enough for these crappie to see, as well as to trigger the bigger bluegill bites. We got something good on, guys. I'm serious. We got something good on. Real good. Oh my goodness, a bigger crappie. Bigger than the last ones. Wow. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Biggest crappie of the day right there. He's fatter than that last one. He's probably 12 inches too. Decent one. Decent one. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. There's one. Yeah. Another one. Man, I don't know where the bluegill went, but the slabs have moved in. I'm alright with that. I'm definitely alright with that. Not the biggest one there, but decent little guy. Boom, second to hit the water. That one kind of feels like a bluegill. Oh, he's going in the weeds. Whatever we got's a good one, guys. In the weeds, fighting harder. Yep, sure enough, it's a bluegill. There we go. The bluegill fights so hard. Look at that. They fight so hard, guys. You gotta love bluegill on the fly rod. It's hard to beat. That one's beautiful. There we go. Boom. Oh, he got off. That one felt heavy, guys. That one felt like a real big one. Man. These aren't near as big as what's in this pond. I don't know where the real big ones are. We're gonna catch one eventually here. They're biting so good. Boom. Oh man, I think I found where a few good ones are at. Don't go in the weeds. Oh my gosh, guys, they're getting bigger. That's a good one right there. They're starting to get to the size where I can lip them. I can lip these ones. All right, I found the cast. Look at that, I can lip these bluegill, guys. Found the cast where they're sitting. Now it's just a matter of catching one that's a little bigger than that. I think we can do it. I can get my hook out. Another tip, bring hemostats. Pliers to take your hook out. I did not, and I wish I did. All right, see you, buddy. Boom. This fish smoked it, guys. Absolutely smoked it. Oh my gosh. Yes. Wow, that's a slab. That's a slab. Look at that. Decent crappie right there. Decent one. Okay. We'll take him. We'll take him. That would make a good fillet. Get you a batch of those, man. What do you guys prefer? Do you prefer eating bluegill or crappie? I'll have to do a catch and cook out here at the pond one of these days. I did one last month, but let me know what you prefer, bluegill or crappie, or I could do a catch and cook with both of them. We got another one on already. We could catch and cook crappie and bluegill and see which one tastes better. What do you guys think? This is a good fish, whatever this is. Oh, it's a big gilly. Oh man. Wow, they're getting bigger, guys. They're getting bigger. Look at the size of that gill. Look at the size of that gill. That is so big. Huge, huge gill. It's crazy. Right on the little jig. The little fly. Look at that. So big. All right, going back. We growing big here. We growing big here in Alabama. Man, smoked it. Oh my gosh, that's a big one. He's going under the weeds. Oh, come on, don't go under the weeds. Oh no, he got off. He got off, guys. That was a big one. That was the biggest one I've had on all day. I know they say the biggest one gets away. He just did. He just did. Man, that one could have been a bass. I don't know. He was fighting hard. Dang. I feel like it was a giant bluegill though. That stinks. We'll get another one. There he is. Oh my, this is a big one too, guys. Look how hard he's fighting. This is nuts. These fish fights. Oh, he pulled off too. What is the deal? He broke me off, guys. That fish broke me off. No way. He broke me off right at where my 2-pound leader is tied in. Gosh darn it. He broke me off, guys. All I got left is my little cork here with my weight. Man, that's crazy. That was the giant. I've had like 3 giant bites here to end the day, but man, that was nuts. That was so good. Anyways, had a blast out here at the pond today. I really hope you guys learned something new about catching panfish in the wintertime, catching these crappie, bluegill. Man, you get the big ones on small flies in the wintertime, it's hard to beat. And on your days where it's not so windy, take the fly rod out. That's even more fun. Catch them on the fly rod. If you haven't seen my last video or one of my last videos, I caught them on a fly rod in this pond. So that's what gave me the idea to break out the spinning rod today. I used to do this as a child with my dad growing up. We'd go out to these ponds and we'd fish a fly in a bubble with spinning gear and we'd hammer the fish. So it still works. It still works really well. And I hope you catch some fish doing it in your area. It works all over the world. You'll catch fish anywhere, guys. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if this is the first time you're seeing it and have not subscribed, and hit that thumbs up for me. Drop me a comment below if you want to see a catch and cook with bluegill or crappie, and let me know what's your favorite. And we'll catch you guys next time here on Fishing with Nordbye.
Thank you.